One change in the lineup for Madrid, their second substitution. And as we get set to start the second half, Bernabeu will be the first on deck. Guti in, Emerson out. Emerson, who has been probably criticized by a lot of the Madrid fans, but also a huge influence in many games this year, but rather silent today.
Yes, he had a quiet sort of first half, but he was doing his duty and holding up and protecting the back four of Real Madrid. And Diarra it was taking the eyes, but I tell you what, I think Emerson, although didn't have great impact in any sort of forward play, was doing a good quiet job. But now Capello realizes, Phil, that they need a little bit more creativity and adventure in their play. So Guti is capable of that. If they ever need the shining performance by this man, it is today.
Ramos after the foul. Robinho trying to cheer things up. Well, with the new high-speed rail, it takes less than 3 hours to make the trek from Madrid to Tarragona, where Barcelona is playing right now. But the news flying back and forth between these two stadiums is at light speed. Barcelona scores, Real Madrid knows about it. Mallorca scores, and vice versa. Almost as soon as one ball hits the net, the thumbs are going up or down in the other stadium. And there is no doubt that everyone wearing white now knows it is up to them. Nastic will not give them a helping hand. 2 goals are needed or the title belongs to Barcelona.
Wants his crowd to get in and start believing them. They cannot not believe in this team. It will be truly such poetic justice if this team does come back from this scoreline down. Simply because it's the way they do things, but this Mallorca team are looking awfully stubborn, Phil.
Strong hit from Ballesteros and another foul. 11th foul against the Islanders. Remember this, not saying that the players specifically, but a lot of the people on the Balearic Islands are more Barcelona fans even than Mallorca. It's right around the corner,
right,
closest city on the mainland, so no love lost here. Header over the bar.
Great ball in by Beckham this time. It finds its target. Sergio Ramos, a beautiful little disguising, ghosting run. He ghosts away from his marker. He finds himself in the space. It's agonizing miss. Sergio Ramos, very close. A brilliant ball into him. He should have done better. We've seen it all season long. That connection between Bex and him has provided absolute gold. Not that time.
2 other games going on with European significance. Atletico with the lead in their game against Osasuna as the second half underway, while Recre leading Zaragoza. That means Atletico would get the UEFA spot. Maxi Rodriguez, the goal scorer.
This equalizer goes in. This place is going to be like a sauna on top of a bonfire for Mallorca, because Real Madrid get the first one. I don't think there'd be a man in the world that would put money against them getting the second. The equalizer is everything for Real Madrid here.
Out on the flank, Salgado, a player down wearing white. Varela tries to call a stop as Cannavaro a little slow getting up. By the way, Savo Milosevic has scored to start the second half for Osasuna, equalizing Maxi's goal for Atletico. That's 1-1, which again opens the door for Zaragoza, who ended the first half trailing by 1 thanks to a 3rd-minute goal from Javi Guerrero. But the title on the line here and in Tarragona. Barcelona leading by 3, Real trailing by 1. Well, they've already used 2 substitutes. Cannavaro realizes not only does he want to stay out there, in many ways he probably has to. Unless he absolutely can't. Ika. Just too high. And that's an area where they lose Van Nistelrooy's height and ability in the air.
Huge.
Varela in the middle, looking for Arango. Drops it back for Navarro. Inside Higuain. Basinas, the Greek.
Good step in by Robinho.
Ramos starting the break the other way, and out to Beckham it comes.
He loves his space. Look out.
Low ball driven in. Another goal. It's 4 for Barcelona. And Lionel Messi, the laughing man, that does not mean anything if Real puts 2 on the board here. Robinho wants it. Roberto Carlos. Right foot.
Nicely.
Return.
Good play.
Roberto
That's
Carlos.
a free kick.
And that's Beckham territory.
Ah, cometh the hour. Cometh the knight in shining armour. This is what they pay him the millions for, and what MLS will be doing likewise. This is definitely in Beckham territory. These are the ones he's practiced all of his life, and he's never had a bigger, more pressure-filled situation than this. Is this the moment for David Beckham to truly become the immortal?
They have not won a title since his arrival.
Perfectly placed, man.
Beckham. Oh, over the bar.
Nowhere near.
And Moya, trying to look calm, finally exhales. Sanchez Pizjuan, and a goal against Villarreal, the Yellow Submarine, off the set play. And it's knocked home. They have the lead.
Same as in the first half. Really, if anything, Mallorca looking a little bit more dangerous.
Fuentes the goal.
But it's Real Madrid that certainly got the impetus and had the biggest amount of possession.
Launched long, Raul. They need more out of him today. A lot more. Sevilla's goal against means practically nothing. Although they would win the tie against Real Madrid, and that could be an automatic Champions League spot. Ball out, Jonas saying a player down on the other side. But as far as the title goes, if Barcelona does not lose, and it doesn't look like they will, Sevilla out of the running. And here, good service, good header by Fuentes. Jonas saying, hey, let's get it back. Jonas into the middle. Basinas dropping it back, almost stolen from Hector. '55th minute. 4-0 Barcelona.
Oh, nice.
Sevilla and Real trail.
Oh, he's in!
Over Salgado, back post, wide of the net. The insurance goal goes wanting.
Agonizingly close. This is deathly for the Real Madrid fans to see that one. That was inches away. Absolute apocalypse. You would. That was astonishing miss, Phil. They did all of the hard parts so easily. Couldn't put the final touch. The look shining on Real Madrid there. Said that they were starting to look a little better. They're not protecting this lead. They're going for the second.
Roberto Carlos turns to the inside with Bacinas on his tail.
Could have and should have had that second goal.
Salgado scrambles to the sideline.
Unbelievable.
Ballesteros getting there first. Beckham sticks a boot in. It will be Mallorca's ball.
Certainly takes the last touch off David Beckham here. But look at this, that's a beautiful ball, sweetly contained and controlled. Lovely little stab for Varela again. Brilliant little touch is too heavy. Credit Casillas coming off like a jackrabbit off his line, making him stab it and rush it. Remember that. Casillas was brilliant there, although he did not make a save.
Guti keeps it alive. That might be one of his first touches in the second half. Cleared out to midfield. Even the ball boys and subs on their feet trying to keep this ball on the field of play. A pensive sound from the 80,000 here at the Bernabeu.
It's just resonating with the anxiety. But
here's Ramos.
Here they come.
Robinho.
Good space. This is what he loves again.
Against Hector. And coming back Jonas to help out.
Good recovery by Jonas to deny him. Pushing on though. Crowd welling up. This is a good ball. Just
Beckham
a little short.
Bumped off. He'll get the free kick though.
Ooh.
A little tight on the angle, but another dangerous chance. 11-4 in shots. Mallorca hanging on by their fingernails.
Another great setup position for David Beckham. It's not too shallow. He's got a great angle. It's sweet and neat.
Two-man wall up the upper 90 and out. Still in play though.
No.
And Salgado can't keep it that way.
It's anybody's guess whether this is an intentional hitted goal. You got to look at it from that angle and think that he did intend to go for the upper 90 at the back.
But Ramos charging in.
Past Beckham, but I agree, Phil. I think he's going for Ramos more than anything. Either way, a whisker away.
Out for a Real Madrid throw. The water flowing downhill, but Moya's dam holding up, and Real Madrid needs to breach it twice.
The pulse rate of these fans going up as well.
I don't know how much more Salgado's going to have. He's trying to gut it out here, but Real Madrid might need Cecinho's speed before this is all over.
Is that the gamble one more time? No question.
Maybe even put Reyes in and go with three in the back. Knocks down. There is no tomorrow for Real Madrid. Guti charging in. 59th minute. Kronos taking his time, and the fans letting him know they don't appreciate it.
One of the things that leaves this field of play when a player like Van Nistelrooy goes off is that belief, that incredible, indomitable lion heart that Ruud Van Nistelrooy has in him and has provided those great comebacks. He's
Through
not
ball.
there anymore.
Raul. Well, you think about those great teams in the 50s with Di Stefano and Puskás. You think about the 70s and 80s with Hugo Sanchez, and Ruud may be more unassuming than those legends, but no more effective at leading the charge.
Good run. Good
Now
defending,
Roberto
though.
Carlos against Jonas, and it's out for a goal kick.
Nothing wrong here. He's asking obviously for the shirt, and I'm not sure he gets the card from Muniz. And take a look at it again. With urgent defending again. It's a good run, bullying his way around. Is there a shirt pull? There's nothing there.
Cesar Muniz has seen many big games in his career, but this last 30 minutes might not be equaled in the near future. Real Madrid needs to throw everything at the Mallorca net. Everything in Madrid's favor to start this game, but the near chance from Orango, the goal from Varela, the injury to Van Nistelrooy, it's slipping away.
Time is against them. They're up against the sands in the hourglass. However, all of that other stuff is in their corner. Yeah, they're missing the big guns, and they're missing that indomitable spirit of Van Nistelrooy. They cannot be too pushing up forward like this. But again, great defending.
Cannavaro.
Brilliant.
That's why he's the man of the year, the player of the world right now. He led Italy to the cup. Can he lead Real to the trophy? It's Salgado. Still. Beckham. And again, no Rude. Messinas out.
Oh, that's a great turn.
Mallorca was mired in the relegation race. Manzano has stepped in, and now a top 12 team, and they're about to tear the throne away from Real.
Sergio Ramos taking a one from Cannavaro's book, just brilliantly timing his slide tackle. Robinho screaming for the ball. He's got the space. He wants the ball. He gets it.
One-on-one with Jonas.
Aye, aye.
Brazil versus Argentina.
Lock him up quickly.
Again from Guti. Again from Raul. Guti's not on. At least not on the same page as Robinho. Arango to the middle. Messinas. And from Greece back to Venezuela.
Since this second half started, there's been a real looseness about Real Madrid in front of that back line, and that's where Mallorca started to come in to this game. Remember that great effort there before by Varela. That one that should have made it 2-0. That's where these chances are emanating from.
Varela against
you
Raul.
You can knock Emerson all you want, but when he's went out of this game, there's been those holes started to appear for Real Madrid and are looking a little slack.
Novato and Varela on that left flank are having their way with Salgado. Reyes lacing up the boots.
Got to be a brave move by the boss now. Heading towards the 20-minute mark here.
They have Gago and Cecinho. Why Reyes?
I think Reyes came in there the other week and provided that real stick of dynamite for the game. He can stick his straw in and blow hard into a game. The ex-Arsenal man. I like the substitution if it comes, Phil.
Second corner for Mallorca goes for naught. It will spin away. Ramos tries to keep it in play. It's out for a goal kick.
Individualistic Reyes, pacey, brave, fearless. He's got it all.
Atletico has scored again in their race for a European berth. They lead Osasuna 2-1.
Great pass by Guti to find Beckham. He's in! Oh.
Raul hesitates, deflected out, corner kick. Ballesteros standing strong.
Tremendous defending by Ballesteros. Beautiful ball out to Beckham in a nice supply. Ballesteros answering the alarm bell.
Back post. By the way, on a day of own goals in the relegation battle, Osasuna's Monreal knocking it into his own net, giving Atletico the lead. Real could use an own goal here against Mallorca. Headed up, back post, Moya keeps it out. Diarra fighting hard.
Fair challenge as well. But good football this by Real Madrid. The last 5 minutes finding each other far better now.
Guti.
It took them this long to settle into this second half because it has been Mallorca with the impetus and uptick, but Real Madrid coming alive now.
Robinho. Robinho. Slapped away by Moya to safety. And Varela is there. Launching it long upfield. It's a foot race. But Cannavaro, a one-man army. Mamadou Diarra.
Mallorca dropping back more now in defensive rank.
Roberto Carlos.
Inviting them on. He loves his space again. He can beat you. Good ball in. A little bit too hopeful that time by Robinho though. A little bit too much hope behind it rather than a big questioning, whipping in ball.
Roberto
Who's going
Carlos.
to come out for Reyes? It may well be little Robinho. I'm not so sure though. I think it's time for Capello to pull a big boy from the backfill.
Maybe Salgado and stick Ramos on the right.
Yeah.
Again, you give up a second, it doesn't matter. It makes the mountain a little higher, but right now it seems high enough. Salgado holding on to the ball. It looks like he'll stay. Reyes checking in. And it's David Beckham on his way out. His final game as a member of Real Madrid. The LA Galaxy and England, his next uniforms. But the title is now up to someone else.
The saddest cut as well for David Beckham. His buddy up there sitting with his wife. But it's not over for Beck's side yet, even though his part in this game has been pretty much of a cameo. The edge wasn't to his game. Remember, he's been carrying severe injuries. Capello said he was fully fit. For me, I'm not sure if he looked sharp though.
Still with the set plays and with a player like Ramos out there, I don't know if there's anyone else that can do it.
Foul against Salgado, high kicking. I'm not sure if there's anything against Salgado on this one. I think he's definitely correct here.
Rami's the substitute.
For what? He plays this ball, it's a bouncing ball up. Salgado goes to play it. Both of them reach in, there's very little there.
So who takes the free kicks? Roberto Carlos for shots, perhaps. Robinho? But he hasn't had as much success this year.
Wow, Phil, come on. There was several set pieces here today for Real Madrid in Beckham territory, both on the supply side and for the shooting in on Moya's goal. And Beckham, it was not his day, his biggest day of all in his career. In 4 years for David Beckham, his biggest day ends up with him being substituted. And who better to come in than this guy, Maxi, the ex-Barcelona player.
So many ties. Launched long, but no one makes the run. Maxi in for Victor, who was also playing with a yellow. Might have played part of the role. All the substitutes have been used by Capello.
Needs to win this, and he does.
Robinho
keeps it in beautifully.
This is his team now. What can he do with it?
Good ball. Nice play.
Turning Higuain. It's there. We're tied. And it's Reyes to the rescue.
Robinho was magnificent. He chases this ball down. We'll see probably the last play, but it is Robinho who streaked in down into that corner deep when it looked as if it was going out. He possesses the ball. He brings it back. He pulls it. He feeds a little ball in. The ball's played out here. Watch how much work that Robinho has got to do when we see this in replay. It's brilliant by the Brazilian to set up. Reyes said when he came in it was a brave substitution. There's a lovely little ball in. Robinho plays it in, beautifully cut back. Higuain, fabulous little cut here, pulls it back, red carpet, dispatches magic. Beautiful dagger finish, Reyes. Great energy, but I tell you, Robinho, that little questioning ball into the box is what starts the dominoes falling. Aye, aye, it's all going off.
And what's going to happen here? Guti getting a yellow. He's needing to be dragged away. Let's also give credit to Higuain. You talked about Robinho.
Oh, absolutely.
But that run by Higuain is a play that is not really in Van Nistelrooy's arsenal, so this actually plays to Real's new strength. What will happen now? 20 minutes left. Pereira,
well, when
the
you
instigator.
People with TiVo say this again, this is magic by the Argentine. It's a brilliant ball. Look at that finish.
Three players.
Absolutely razor perfect, but I'm telling you, you go back not just to those three passes, way beyond that. It's Robinho who would not back down. It's Robinho that kept it alive, not just once or twice, but 3 different times. This place is absolutely vibrating like a guitar string now.
Almost stole it off the boot of Ballesteros. Raul is there.
There's
for
a
the length
hero
of this
there
one.
waiting now in white shirts. Who's it going to be?
It's happened so many times this year. Can you doubt it'll happen again?
Of course, it's the way we said it before, man. It's in the DNA. It's just the way they are. The game gets longer. Real Madrid gets stronger.
Up the middle, and Ballesteros slams it
Missing
out.
some of their biggest guns of Navarone and Van Nistelrooy and David Beckham. Emerson also.
Barcelona leading by 4.
Just bigger than their parts, Phil, this team.
Villarreal
It's a spirit of Capello.
knocking Sevilla out 1-0. Real Madrid is now 1 goal away from the title, or else it belongs to Barcelona for the 3rd straight year.
20 minutes, 20 dangerous minutes that's going to break their hearts or send them into absolute delirium here.
Foul against Maxi Lopez.
It's all out there on the edge now, right on the edge. Madrid in full battle cry.
Another foul. No, got the ball, says Muniz.
He'll be back for Morias, and he is. Going to be a card. Little bit of rush of blood here by Antonio. It's all right, that's what they're about. Salgado says, forget about it. We need that fight. We need that drive.
Mallorca just 1 shot this entire second half.
You're right, Phil. And you know what, my friend? That shot, that should have been a goal. I went back. Remember when that shot happened that you're on about? It was Varela again, and it was Casillas, and I said it at the time. Remember that, people, because Casillas is sprinting off of the line. It was tremendous to deny Varela.
Hard challenge, Reyes.
And kept his team in this game. That's what great goalkeeping is all about. It's not all about the acrobatics.
Navarro hurt, and I think Mallorca is going to need to make their last substitute. Maybe Vivir Dorado or Trejo, but Navarro pretty hard to replace. Down to the final 18 minutes. Back towards the attack.
And he will do for Mallorca now. They're hanging on by their hands onto the cliff edge. And Real Madrid jumping up and down on the hands, stamping on them, trying to force them over the top. Here they go.
Robinho, a yard wide. Higuain wanted it.
He's got to take the snapshot, though. He makes it all of himself. Brave, barreling run.
A soft pass might be the go-ahead goal, though. Is there any doubt, though, it's Robinho's team?
It's Rias that wanted it back there as well, but that's asking an awful lot when you're in full flight, driving into the penalty box, Phil. Again, heart-stopping stuff. Gotta love it. I love heart attacks like this. Remember I said that, Phil. Put that on my tombstone.
But will it be dressed in white or in the Blaugrana? 16 minutes.
Lovely touch.
Salgado.
Wants it back, he gets it. Nice settle.
Reyes.
Good ball in, too heavy.
Over everyone and out for the goal kick.
It's what they've got to get away from. Again, going back to that earlier one, to Robinho, that cross, it's just too much full of hope. They've still got to believe in each other to find that target and not hope that the target just magically appears. The first goal of Real Madrid, their only goal so far, is an indication of their split passing football. They're capable of rifling through this Mallorca team if they keep believing in their style.
DJ Franco in the middle of things again for Villarreal. 1-0 the lead for Villarreal against Sevilla. Huerta taken out on the far side.
It's amazing stuff.
Sevilla, though, needs 4 goals from Nastic, and that does not look like it's going to happen. The final 15 minutes. Guti. Roberto Carlos on the
next
run.
ball.
Robinho.
And it finds the next pass.
Reyes.
Got space.
To that talented left.
Good setup.
Guti slips. Gets it back.
Well played. Wide ball. This is good, patient attacking football. Finding the targets.
In front. Slapped away by Moya. Basinas out. Salgado back in. Diarra to Guti.
Nicely.
Defender in the air. Robinho slips on the line. Maxi away.
Good tackle.
Basinas slow to the ball. Ramos puts it into touch.
So close. Great tackle. All ball.
And I think he
should
did
have
put
had
it
the
off.
goal. Yep, should have had the ball. Should have been a Real Madrid throw in there.
Again, consider what we are witnessing here. A team in Mallorca that has nothing to fight for. A team in Mallorca that was 24 points further down the table than Real Madrid.
Oh, it's €3 million that they're playing for, in my opinion, Phil. I've got to say it. I don't know if it's the right thing. It should be outlawed in a lot of ways, has to be said. A massive financial investment in Mallorca from parties unknown to win this game. But they get a point.
Basinas. If you're not sure who it is, I'm sure Lionel Messi has their names and phone numbers. Hector pushing it forward. Jonas taken down. Foul against Guti. A little bit of a lull here. Remember, they scored the goal in the 90th minute last week. Still plenty of time.
There is time, Phil. You're right. I don't know about the plenty part. They're hanging on to a slippery rope now, and every time they go up a bit,
Jonas
slipping down a notch.
Too much space for
Nothing.
Arango.
Sliding down the razor for the fans of Madrid.
There will be no
They're used to
26th
it.
goal for the Pichichi leader, Ruud van Nistelrooy. There will be no more games for David Beckham and Real Madrid. But will they be crowned champions? They need one more goal. Diarra,
Nice
arguably
touch.
the man of the match.
Robinho's coming into it. Good
Diarra.
ball. And a giving goal.
Robinho.
He's in.
Diarra. Is he down?
Diving.
No penalty, and here comes Mallorca.
Brilliant by Robinho, though. Good giving goal with Diarra.
Maxi using his speed. Maxi into the area.
Brilliant goalkeeping again by Casillas to deny Maxi, though. Super keeper.
Break out the oxygen. It's going to be a rip-roaring final 10 minutes.
Good tackle.
Hector.
Don't think there was much there in terms of a penalty for Diarra. We'll take a closer look perhaps. But I tell you what, the goalkeeper again, Casillas, was monumental to deny Maxi. He turned the afterburners on and it looked for sure that Maxi was going to rattle it home.
David Beckham kissing that right boot, hoping it brings luck, even if he's not out on the pitch. Diarra, back for Guti. Roberto Carlos. Robinho.
Aye, aye.
Slapped wide by Moya.
Magisterial strike by Robinho. Takes one touch and he pulls an absolute howitzer. What do you call it? It was a slingshot hit at Moya and it was going in the back of the net. Moya astonishing with his save.
Off the corner kick. Headed. Cleared.
It's in.
Trickles across.
It's in. It's in. For Capello. Real Madrid. The Phoenix rises out of the ashes and it's the captain, Real Madrid, Raúl, that hammers under this ball. Astonishing beyond heart-stopping stuff. Moya was brilliant. He's crying tears of joy.
Is there any doubt it's Real Madrid's destiny? Diarra, they're giving credit to. Ruud van Nistelrooy says, use your head. Barcelona knows it.
Absolutely fearless attack. Raul attacks it as well, but it is Diarra that gets in on this. Beautiful headed ball. That's a brave header, and it goes in. You talk about luck. Basinas it is. Thought that it was Raul that was going to bundle it over there, but it is all that man's head. And some really fortunate play off of Basinas and Moya. But Diarra is the man who the wine will be spilt for tonight. Oh, astonishing. This is why Capello wanted Diarra in this game more than anybody. And you gotta say, FIFA played their little part in this as well, as Diarra should not be on this field tonight.
Yellow card against Maxi. Remember, it was Real's petition for Diarra that also locked Freddy Canute up. He's even talking about filing a lawsuit in that regard. And according to the rules, country over club, Mamadou Diarra should not be here.
There's no dispute about it. But again, you go back to that undying spirit of this team in the white shirts. They went down a goal, and I said all game long in that first half, don't worry. Madridistas going bonkers. Oh man, is there going to be some loving going on tonight in the bedrooms of Madrid?
9 months from now, maybe a few Mamadous popping out.
And it's a good name, Phil. I like it. Mamadou. Heroic stuff. I told you, cannot feel that hamstring anymore. Suddenly gone away. What a brave header, Phil. What a great attack. He thought it was... There you see those tears. Look at them. Teardrops the size of pineapple chunks. And he's a proud man for weeping in them, because I go back to this man on the ball. You don't go to David Beckham or Diarra or anybody else. Madridistas, I'm telling you, it's your goalkeeper Casillas that was fabulous tonight to keep your boys in this game.
Robinho spinning through Higuain. The shot nestles home. Break out the champagne. The trophy belongs to Real Madrid, and it's Reyes again.
The substitution by Don Fabio pays dividends. Braver than a matador in high heels in a pink tutu. Capello, braver than a bullfighter with no knickers on. It was the coach that sent in his boys, Reyes and Higuain, to set this victory up. It was Don Fabio that wanted Diarra in this game more than anybody else, more than David Beckham. And that's why he's the greatest coach in the world, and that's why he's coming to Real Madrid and produced their first championship in 4 years. What a strike! That is an astonishing goal. Moya again stretches his fingernails. He cannot, because the fates, the footballing gods are looking down on Real Madrid, stroking their big white beards and saying, "Vámonos, muchachos!"
And again, it's Robinho and Higuain, and a powerful serve from Reyes that Rafa Nadal will be dreaming about tonight more than the French Open. The Real Madrid of 2006, 2007, back on the pedestal as champions.
Will you stop talking about tennis players, man? We're in the land of the bullfighters. That's what Real Madrid's been all about. Bullfighters. Staring the beast in the eyes, getting the cape out, willing them onto them, loving the battle, loving the pain that you've got to go through, picking yourself up when you're a goal down, and believing when your big guns go out of the game. There's football with your feet and there's football with your heart. And that's what this Real Madrid team's been about all year. Alley fighters as well as artisans.
A yellow card. Who is it against? Is it Salgado? Barella, a goal to his name. That's when Barcelona started to celebrate.
Rias, we said when he came in, is this the right substitute? Yeah, I think so. Magnificent, the ex-Arsenal boy. Again, the squad, Phil, not the team. The squad, not the team. You build a club, you build a squad. Go on, Salgado.
Realization striking in. Ronaldinho sends the free kick over the bar. Salgado, even Capello being forced to push him back.
And for me, one of the most beautiful parts about this game, again, not denying him anything, but I tell you what, the club without Van Nistelrooy and David Beckham, arguably their two biggest stars of the season, his team, his men, his colours, Capello, come through the fire of adversity. The pressure was on them like never before, with precious little minutes to go. If ever the saying, pressure makes diamonds, you look out there here tonight, and they are big Koh-i-Noor diamonds in those white shirts on the field right now.
Real Madrid getting the late goal from Ruud van Nistelrooy last week, plus Temudo, half a country away, putting a second in to deny Barcelona the 3 points. Go back to the Huelva game, go back to the 3-3, then 4-3 comeback against Espanyol.
Oh yeah. Those results will be getting tattooed into the Madridistas fans' skins as we're talking. They'll be lining up in the tattoo parlor saying, I want these 6 results tattooed across my heart. And you see the other side, pure heartbreak by the fabulous Barcelona and the brilliant Puyol, because they have been titanic all year long. But it was the fates that were against Barcelona this year. They handed the title back to Real Madrid on an occasion, and Real Madrid took it with both hands. And I take it back saying there was Koh-i-Noor diamonds in the white shirts. For my money, as a personal player, that man in the black shirt for Real Madrid, the little goalkeeper Casillas, kept them in the game, kept them denying Varela and Maxi to keep the score level and keep the goals down. And that allowed Real Madrid's star players like Rias and Robinho to come in. And that's why you see those beautiful tears of a man whose heart was bursting. Iker Casillas. Will you stop talking about tennis players and stupid Hollywood actors, Phil? It's the gladiators out there, man, not tennis players. Tom Cruise. Break. If he smelt a soccer jockstrap, he'd faint dead away.
Off to the far side. It's knocked and a throw in for Real.
Talking of gladiators.
Reyes picked up off the cast-off heap from Arsenal. And right now he is pure gold. Diarra, Kaká. Who wants him? Give me Mamadou Diarra, said Capello.
Hey.
That's who I need.
Give me an oxygen tent.
Trejo, the final substitute for Mallorca. You cannot say they backed down.
Absolutely.
You cannot say they gifted this to Real.
Absolutely. Phenomenal. God. Casillas there. You see that? He just broke an Olympic record.
Well, we
typified the brave heart there, that man there, though. You look at that header that this kid puts on the ball. He wins this against all odds because it was well defended, Phil. It was challenged and it was a little behind Diarra, and he contorted those neck muscles to get the punching hit on it.
Ball spinning forward, Trejo. Remember, the guy Diarra was brought in to emulate was Patrick Vieira. And Vieira had a history. Didn't score a lot of goals, but he scored some huge ones. Solid on defense. Solid play. Maybe his best game of his Galactico career. But Mamadou Diarra had some help from Reyes and Casillas and company here today. We are into injury time, and they are readying the champagne at the Cibeles fountain. Real Madrid is going to take a dip with a championship trophy in hand.
Take a dip out of the Cibeles fountain. They'll be drinking it. They'll be sucking it into the lungs. And he should be right there at the forefront, that man.
Launched in Bassinas, the former European champion of Greece.
Ben-Hur Capello.
Far side Navarro. A chance. Out it goes.
You look at the great moments in this game, and they'll all have our favourites. For me, the tears of Casillas.
Away from Higuain. Diarra again down to win it. By the way, back at the new Estadi, the fans at the Camp Nou, a rather half-hearted celebration. We'll get to that in a moment. But 3-1, the only game that mattered when it all comes down to it. In front for Trejo. Down he goes. Play on. Guti. Reyes. Higuain. 90 seconds. Back to the corner. The Olés making their way around this veritable stadium that has been bereft of championships for too many years.
Nicely. Play on. Play on. Taking the sting out of it. They don't need any more goals. They need to just milk it now.
Play on. Got the ball, says Muniz. He doesn't want this one to stop. He wants it to roll through to its glorious conclusion. Barcelona, a goal from Zambrotta. It is 5-1 at the new Estadio in Tarragona, but it is not enough.
Barcelona will be back, Phil. Maybe with Thierry Henry in tow. Can Barcelona turn it around next year? Absolutely. Real Madrid, very brave this year. Wouldn't be denied. Had luck on their side. That's a big factor. But they were just indomitable, and they were absolutely beyond braver than their hearts were bigger than pigs, man. They just were incredible. And again, his go-ahead goal was absolutely the perfect advert for these white shirts. Next year, be a totally different playing field. But it is Real Madrid's crown now taken away from Barcelona in the most heart-stopping way. Braver than lions, Real Madrid. Mallorca did their damnedest.
Varela with the goal that opened it up. Looking on as Arango sends it over the bar. It is over! Real Madrid, the champions of Spain for 2006-2007.
Madridistas, drink it up tonight. Swallow the sweet wine. You've deserved it this year. Since Christmas, you've been beyond gladiators. With broken shields, you did it tonight. With broken spears, but with hearts the size of giants. Capello's men, magnificent. Madrid, the capital of Spain, the capital of football world tonight. Champions, Real Madrid, Los Blancos, Magnifico.
Back to wrap it up after this.